Let me tell you about Tim and Rob. Tim is a popular guy with a huge social circle, but despite his outgoing and friendly nature, he struggles to find love. Rob is probably Tim's opposite. He is an introverted guy who doesn't have many friends, but surprisingly, many women fall in love with him. It's counterintuitive, right? But there's a good reason for it. Women find guys like Timmy easy to talk to, but for some reason, they never find him attractive. This is a real situation, and in fact I had known Tim personally. When he first called to ask for help, he said to me this: "It's messed up, man. This chick kept calling me every night to bitch about some guy ignoring her. Okay, I admit it. I took the calls only because I wanted to bang her. Then, one time, I got sick of it and told her to forget the guy and get it on with me instead. I told her I'd never ignore her or treat her like crap like the other guy. And guess what she said back? She said, 'Timothy, my dear, don't be silly. I love you, but not like that.' What the fucking hell?" Now, Rob is also a friend, but more like a brother, because unlike Tim, he's with me in the Shogun Method community. So, being a Shogun himself, he has already seen the light, and it's clear in the way he handles shit like love and women. But like the rest of us, please, before our glorious moment of Shogun Method enlightenment, he completely bombed in his relationships. Rob once said to me, "I confess, Shogun Method has infiltrated into my very being. Sometimes I feel as if Derek Rake himself is speaking and acting through me as a vessel. And, get this, even when I'm not interested in a woman, I still unconsciously use fractionation on her, and no matter I have the intention of attracting them to me, they all drop like flies. That's why women seem to fall in love so easily with men like Rob. As we already know from Shogun Method, the female's natural instinct is to seduce herself to the right man. Fractionate the mind, and it's a matter of time before the body gets sexually attracted to you. Weird, but true. Now, like many others who have discovered the truth about women through Shogun Method, Rob's knowledge is seeping through his actions without him realizing it. In some self-improvement circles, they call this unconscious competence. And that's why he's absolutely crushing it with women, even though he has no intentions of being a player at all. He's busy swatting those women away like flies. Here's the kicker, though. The sad reality is this: most guys are Tim, not Rob. 99.9% of the men in the world today have never heard of Shogun Method, much less willing to put in the work to learn it. But here's the good news. You can be more like Rob and less like Tim if you do this one simple thing today. It's an easy way for a regular guy to make women attracted to him sexually, and it lies in how he talks to women. As we've seen, Tim never had problems making friends with women. The problem is not in the approach, it's in what he says to women. The thing is, Tommy's conversations with women are lacking one vital element. What's this vital element? Carnal tension. What's carnal tension? Well, it's the anxiety in a woman's mind about the possibility of sleeping with a man. When a woman meets a man, she subconsciously thinks, "Does this man want to bang me, and am I going to let him?" And if you play your Shogun Method cards right, this question gets shortened into, "So, is he going to bang me or not?" As you further escalate her with Shogun Method, it'll get to this blunt question: is he going to bang me soon, or do I have to make the first move? And that's the stage when you seal the deal. This is how escalation works in Shogun Method, and we Shoguns call it the Carnal Tension Ladder. If you already have access to Shogun Method at shogunmethod.net, find it inside the knowledge base. Now, every guy starts at the first stage in the Carnal Tension Ladder. This is when she thinks, "Does he want to bang me, and am I going to let him?" For guys like Tim, the answer is, it's obvious he wants to bang me, but I'm never letting him, ever. At that point, carnal tension nosedives to zero. But for guys like Rob, he goes up the Carnal Tension Ladder effortlessly, with women making moves on him in the end. He remains cool even when carnal tension hits boiling temperature for the women he dates. Now, get this. Guys like Tim have plenty of female friends, and that's understandable. To them, he's this harmless puppy providing them with a cushion of comfort when they get their emotions thrown about by other guys. Tim is reliable, loyal, relatable, and accessible, the perfect candidate for the friend zone. Now, unlike Tim, Rob is the mysterious, reserved guy. He speaks little, but when he speaks in ambiguous ways, making women wonder what he really means. Of course, this is the familiar ground to the seasoned Shogun. We all know Rob is merely playing the game of intrigue, and intrigue is the first step in the 4 stages of love: intrigue, rapport, attraction, and enslavement. Shoguns call this the IRA model, and if you want, you can read all about it in the free digital book you can download at iraymodel.com. Anyway, here's the question I want to ask you. Who would you rather be, Tim or Rob? Obviously Rob, right? Now here's the thing. If you look around for dating advice, what you'll see are gurus teaching guys how to be Tim. It's all about approaching women and making friendly acquaintance with women, hoping for some serious action later. But these gurus never understood how to escalate because unlike us shoguns, they never studied the instincts of the female mind. Gurus tell you to be chatty and friendly, but that's what exactly not to do unless getting friend-zoned is what you want. So, here's what I want you to know. To score with women, you don't have to be an extrovert. In fact, extroverts get friend-zoned fast. Introverts bid their time, work in the shadow so they get to win in the end. That's why Shogun method is so darn effective compared to those bullshit dating guru programs. Some call it insidious and covert, while others call it downright evil. But nobody ever doubts that it works. You know why? It's because it does work. That's why. Okay, so we've covered a lot of points here, and so let's take a break and recap. Here is what you need to know about the nature of love and relationships. 1. A guy who has plenty of female friends is usually friend-zoned by all of them. 2. An introvert will seduce women better than an extrovert ever could. 3. The key to attraction is carnal tension. To attract a woman, you must escalate her up the carnal tension ladder. 4. The carnal tension ladder comprises 3 stages. These stages are marked by the question that burns at the back of the woman's mind every time she's with you. Does he want to bang me? And am I going to let him? Is he going to bang me or not? Is he going to bang me soon, or do I have to make the first move? And 5. Everything you do with a woman must create carnal tension, because the moment she goes, okay, I'm not letting him bang me, carnal tension goes to 0, and poof, you're off to the friend zone of no return. Now, I'd guess you'll ask me now, so how do I create carnal tension? Well, what you're asking me is to teach you the entire Shogun method in one video. Well, that's quite a stretch because the full course is over 4 hours at shogunmethod.com. But I guess I can share something quick and easy you can learn in less than an hour. How does that sound? Good? Okay, to start, here's a quote from the Shogun Method knowledge base. How do you create carnal tension? 2 words, emotional roller coasters. Every word you say to a woman must incite her emotions. With your carefully chosen words, you want her to feel, because feelings override thinking. Make her feel, not think. Give her a range of feelings for her to emote over. Make her feel happy, and then sad, and then happy again. In short, an emotional roller coaster. Because remember, on a roller coaster, you never know what's around the corner. To the female mind, there's nothing hotter than the unexpected. It's like getting banged by a sexy stranger blindfolded with her hands tied. It's the ultimate female fantasy. Pause the video and reread that short passage if you must. It's worth its weight in gold. Trust me on this. Now, inside Shogun Method, we use a hypnotic pattern to create emotional roller coasters, and we call it fractionation. When you fractionate her mind, you turn the carnal tension up a full notch. Now, here's the thing. Some people get upset by all this talk about carnal tension, emotional roller coasters, and fractionation. And guess what? I don't blame them at all. This knowledge is forbidden by modern standards, and with good reason. There is a huge potential for abuse, and people want us to put guardrails around the knowledge to stop it from causing harm. For this reason, I won't be 100% sure if the knowledge will be around forever, especially when shoguns have been talking about closing shogunmethod.net to outsiders. So, here's my recommendation to you. Shogun Method is offensive to some people because it seems to be preaching evil, but I'm not here to argue about morality and ethics. If you are uncomfortable with putting women through emotional roller coasters, then Shogun Method is probably not for you. Also, shoguns use words like emotional enslavement that may sound inflammatory to some, and so you'll have to check your political correctness at the door if you apply to join and they decide to accept you. It all boils down to this. If you have the willpower and an open mind to learn unconventional, politically incorrect knowledge, then join the Shogun Method Masterclass. This is the starting point for all new shoguns to learn the important basics of fractionating the female mind. But there's one catch. The Masterclass is free, but only those who qualify. This means you'll need to apply for the Masterclass, and there are applicants who get rejected all the time. I can't guarantee they'll accept you. But to give it a go, here are the 3 simple steps to take. 1. Visit fractionation.org. To avoid spelling mistakes, I'll put up the link in the first comment below this video. Click it. 2. Fill out the simple form with your primary email. The site will automatically check against our internal blacklist. Avoid Outlook emails because most have been blocked for spam. Use your work email if you can. 3. Wait for your results. You will get an email if you're successful. That's it. That's the 3 steps you need to take today. 3 simple steps to change your life. And I hope to welcome you into the Shogun Method Brotherhood. Here's the link again, fractionation.org.